Okay, guys, if you're still here, you're going strong. Happy Wednesday, day 3 in a row. Feeling good. You need some water. You need to turn your watch on, get your workout started, circuit training, and you need some heavy dumbbells or kettlebell. If you have a kettlebell, heavy kettlebells, you need a lighter pair, maybe. For sure heavy, medium size. And then if you have a roller, this is a roller, a wheel, sometimes it's called a wheel, grab that. If you do not, that is okay. I'll show you how to do it without it. And besides that, let's get to it and do it. Happy Wednesday. We're going to do 20 jumping jacks to start. So ready? Are we ready? Set, go. 20 jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you can do these ones where you come out to a little change of pace or up. Just trying to warm up the body, get started, get some blood pumping. Probably 20. Okay, then you're going to sit on the floor and we're going to do 90-90 hip switches. So you're going to go feet wide on your heels and then you're going to drop your knees. Don't twist through the hips or the shoulders, just moving the knees side to side. You're going to feel that around kind of your hip, glute, butt area, between your butt and your hip. We just want to keep the hips mobile. Okay, then you got on quadruped hip C.A.Rs. So you're on your knees, on your hands. C.A.Rs controlled, articulated, what is it? Controlled. I'll think of it. But it's essentially we're putting the joint through a range of motion in a really controlled manner. So we're going to go with our knee. We're coming back with the knee, keeping that knee at 90 degrees so the leg doesn't go straight. So you're lifting it, and you're coming out to the side, big circle without opening up through the hips. You don't want to twist. Stay flat in the back. Squeeze up, driving the knee forward, and then we're going to do that same thing. You're coming all the way back, out to the side, forward. So we're essentially drawing a giant circle with our knee. Trying to warm up our glutes, hips. And then we're going to reverse. We just did 5. Now we're going to reverse, coming forward with the knee, out to the side, coming back, and then go again. Forward, to the side, back. I think it's controlled, articulated range of motion. I'll look that one up. Okay, then we're going to switch sides. So once you've done 5 forward, 5 backwards, then you're going to switch to the other side. So come back, keeping that knee bent. Drive out as far as you can to the side without twisting up through the hips. So keep your glutes level. Drive forward and back. To the side. And up. Squeeze the glute all the way to the chest. Back. We're going to switch directions. So knee in, knee to the side, all the way, big circle back behind. Warming up the hips. Good. Okay, then we're going to do a split squat with a trunk rotation. So stand up, you're going to go lunge position. So we are here. Think feet right underneath my hips. I don't want to be on a tightrope when I stand. Here, I want to be out. So my feet are right in line with my hips. And then I'm going to drop down without touching that knee on the ground, but staying low as you can. For the lower, deeper you get, the more your quad's going to burn. This is a little bit easier. If you drop down, it's harder. Depends on what you're feeling. Then you're going to take your elbows. You're going to rotate as far back as you can with that elbow, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. We don't want to get up here with our shoulders stay nice and relaxed. Elbows gonna drive back, twist behind you. Don't want to twist through the hips, so hip stays twisting through that spine, and then come to the front. Rotate, twist, elbow back, come to the front. Twist, elbow back. We're alternating. Just get some mobility through our spine. This is called an isometric stance. So when we don't move up or down, and we're just holding that position, isometric. Okay, we're going to switch, do the same thing on the other side. So feet hip width apart, drop that knee, elbow back, twist, and rotate, twist, whoosh, balance. So from the side, you're here, wide stance. It's like that back leg should be really far back behind you. I've seen lunges like, people do lunges like this. Take this back leg and reach so you're really long. Elbows, shoulders down, reach, elbow back. Whoop. Balance. Okay, so we got some mobility through our spine. Now we're going to do our ipsilateral deadbugs. So we are laying on our back. Remember, suck everything. Suck your belly into the back. Smash your back to the floor. Flex really hard through the core. So I like to lift my head. You could rest your head, but I think it's easier to engage my core if I lift up my head. Work in the neck muscles, okay? 90 degrees with your knees. Arms are going to be straight out in front of you. You're going same side. So I'm going left arm, left leg out straight, keeping that core nice and tight. We don't want a big belly, domed gut, domed rectus abdominis. Suck it in so it's nice and tight. And then we're coming back up. So we're alternating right leg, right arm, back to the center, left leg, left arm, back to the center. So we're working our core. This is also stabilizing our back, helping our back muscles. If you have a weak back, you're more likely to pull something or tweak it. So this helps core, back, as well as just increasing that body temperature, still warming up. So this is called ipsilateral, meaning same side on our dead bug. Okay, go one more. Or balance out. We start on the other side, hit one more. So yeah, even. And we've got, I'm going to take a drink real quick. My throat is so dry. Okay, then we have hamstring scoops. So you're just going straight leg. Weight stays on my leg that I'm standing on. The leg out in front is just resting, heel, pull the toes up, and you're going to scoop, push the hips, butt back behind you, reach, hips, butt back behind you, reach to the floor, and then switch sides. So weight is on that straight leg standing, heel is out, push hips, butt back behind you. Notice flat back from your head through your back, through your tailbone, and reach down. So we're just alternating, trying to stretch the hamstring, warming up, scooping, get some movement. These are our hamstring scoops. What I don't want you to do is put your weight in that front leg. I want you to have your weight in your back leg, so you're just nice stretch through the muscle rather than the muscle working and then stretching. Then we have our quad pull and reach. Grab your ankle, reach, opposite hand up, stretch, and then switch sides. Grab your ankle. You can come off your tippy toes if you can. If you can't, you're going to be obviously better balancing on flat-footed. So if you can barely balance, just stay flat-footed. If you're feeling good, go up off your tippy toes and then switch sides. Grab your ankle, tippy toe, switch, alternating, stretch. So we're stretching through the quadriceps, which is our front leg muscle. Okay, then we've got our Frankenstein. or cheerleader or tennis soldier. I've seen it in lots of names. But staying tall, opposite arm, opposite leg, and then switch sides. Opposite arm, opposite leg. We're just kicking out. So we're coming across, opposite arm, opposite leg, cross, staying tall, still stretching the hamstring. Get the movement through our hips, alternating. Feel that. Feel it right through my low back. Good stretch. Then we've got our knee hug into a forward lunge and tall reach. So we're going to grab our knee, hug it up into us. We're going to big step forward, lunge position. Then I'm going to reach overhead, stretch, stretch, stretch. You could also kind of go to the side, either direction. If the leg that's behind you, you lean opposite direction of that, you're going to feel a super long stretch all the way from your hand down your foot. So reach and then switch sides. Going back. Hug the knee. Balance. Hug the knee. Big step forward. Lunge. Here. Hands up. My leg and back is my right. So I'm going to lean towards my right side. I'm probably opposite to you. So it looks like left leg, left side. And then push back up. Go again. One more on each side. Hug. Step. Balance. Okay, so if I say right leg, right side, and I go this way, push, switch sides, like the knee, last one. Step, lean away from your back leg, push. Okay, we got two more. One is our lateral A-walk. So we're starting to the side, high knee, open up hip distance, high knee, well, a little wider than hip, high knee, a little wider than my hip, high knee, close, high, step out, step up. Notice staying tall the whole time, just my leg is moving. So when I go to lift my leg, I don't want to crunch through the back. I want to stay up nice and tall, proud chest, drive the knee up, coming back out, proud chest the whole time. Knee together, knee up, knee out, knee up, knee together. So this is my lateral, still just warming up the joints. We got lots of leg movements today. Make sure our lower body's nice and warm. Hopefully you're feeling it. Arms from yesterday. Not too bad. No, too sore right now. Could be worse tomorrow, but. Okay, now if you want to add your arms, opposite arm, opposite leg. So if I go opposite up, opposite arm goes forward when that leg goes up, up, over, up. It's like a brain trick for you. Can you get it? Okay, then we've got Pogo Jump. So we don't want, well, if you haven't done much jumping, just point your toes and go again. Point, jump, okay? If you want to try a pogo, you're going to point, you're going to flex your foot in the air, and you're going to land on the front portion of your foot, front half of your foot. So not just on the balls of your toes. It's going to look like you're landing flat, but your weight's in that front half of your foot. So jump, point, flex, so you land flat. Jump, point, flex your foot in the air as you land. So land. Notice butt comes back, chest is over those knees, over the feet when you land. So butt back, land behind you. Jump, point, land. Jump, flex, land. That's our pogo. Land, land, land. Okay, that's our warm up. Grab a drink. Catch your breath. Little brixie toe. Here we go. Heart rate's 154 right now. That's good. Ready to go. Okay, for our workout today. Hang on. Get a little cardio in before you start. I'm going to show you both ways. If we have kettlebell or a dumbbell. So a kettlebell is a handled weight like this, has a handle on the top. This is a kettlebell. If you don't have kettlebells, you can use 2 dumbbells, stack them together, or if you have 1 heavy dumbbell, I'll show you that. So both ways, starting with a deadlift. We just did this in warm up. My feet about hip distance apart. My butt reaches back behind me. So my weight should be my heels. Push hips, butt back behind you. From there, you're going to drop hips, butt back, and sit down into it. So my butt is behind me. My chest is over that weight in front. That's our deadlift position, okay? And then I would stand up to the top, squeeze my butt. So if I'm holding a kettle dumbbell, heavy dumbbell, hold the top portion. This is my dumbbell. I'm going to hold one side this way, holding the top of that. So however you want to grab the top. So feet about hip width apart. I'm going to push my hips butt back behind me. I'm going to have the weight inside between my legs. Push my hips butt back as I sink down low. Chest is right over that dumbbell. And then I push away from the floor all the way to the top. Squeeze my butt at the top. So from the side, over here. Feet hip width apart. Push hips butt back behind you. Weight is in my heel, but my feet are still flat on the floor. I'm going to lower down from that position here. Now I'm going to grab the dumbbell, stand up, squeeze my butt at the top. Nice, stay nice, standing tall position at the top, and then go again. Hips reach towards that back wall, butt back behind me, sinking down into it. Chest is over my weight, and then I push away from the floor, squeeze my butt at the top. Doing that same thing with a kettlebell if you don't have a heavy dumbbell, or vice versa. You don't have a kettlebell, use a dumbbell. So same thing, my feet are outside of the weight, right outside my hips, barely pushing my hips butt back behind me. I'm going to sink down into it. My hands are here so I can get that handle. And then I'm going to squeeze when it's a heavy weight. Squeeze shoulders down, squeeze lats, turn those lats on. So squeeze everything down. Squeeze to press the scapula. Pull down at the bottom. Pull everything down. Drive, stand up, squeeze your butt at the top. Then go again. Hips, butt back. Drop down, find the floor, and then drive up, squeeze your butt at the top. This is our deadlift. Okay, we've got 8 of these. So, ready? Grab your weights. Set. Butt back. Drop down. Squeeze at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Check your back. Biggest thing on deadlift, you don't want this to be rounded at all. When I pull like this, that's when I strain my back, or I pull, injure my back. Flex really hard through the abs so we're staying nice and tight even when the weight is heavy, okay? Then we've got dumbbell good mornings. If you have a barbell, you would put a barbell across the top here on your neck, like a regular squat position. You don't, dumbbells to the side, holding back of the dumbbell on your shoulder. So good morning. Same motion, it's a hinge motion. We're pushing our hips butt back behind us. The only difference is when I deadlift, I bend my knees and I start to drop. Good morning, you just keep pushing back, keep pushing back, keep pushing back. Don't bend the knees. They're not locked out straight, that's locked out. They're slightly bent, but they're not bent past barely, okay? So you see my knee? This, let's see. This is locked out. See this? Knee locked out straight. This is standing with a slightly bent knee. This is my knee super bent. I want to stay standing slightly bent. So feet underneath my hips. I push my hips butt back behind me. I lean as far forward as I can until I feel that stretch in my hamstrings. And I drive my hips to the top. I'm pushing, hips behind, push. Straight leg, notice my knees aren't bending. And they're not locked out straight. Slight bend, but keep them straight. Flat back, driving up. So with our weight on our shoulders, when we come down, dumbbell down. When we come down, we're going to feel that stretch through the back, through the hamstrings, driving back up to the top. That weight is going to trigger more strength through our low back. We're trying to strengthen our back, okay? So if you feel it in your back, that's a good thing. That's what we're working. Now, if it's a painful pinch, burning sensation that doesn't feel like muscles, don't do this, okay? Now we're going to do good mornings. We have 10 of them. So driving hips, butt back behind, squeeze butt at the top. Drive up, hips back behind, squeeze. Just come to standing. Don't push your hips all the way forward. Standing, push hips, butt back, stretch the hamstrings, back up to standing. Hips, butt back. I'm going to say that's 3, 4, 5, 6, stretch, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Okay, then we've got a dumbbell swing. It's our same motion. It's our hinge motion. So grabbing the top of a dumbbell, we are going to push dumbbells in between my legs. This one I may want to go a little bit wider than I would for a deadlift, but a little bit wider stance. I'm going to push hips, butt back behind, and this one I throw my hips forward. We're doing all that same motion. Push hips, butt back behind, and I throw my hips. This one you throw your hips forward past just to the top, okay? So I'm going to feel that really in my glutes, maybe a little bit in my low back. So I push hips, butt back, stay nice and straight, flat, and then I'm throwing my dumbbell forward. So you're holding at the top. I'm going to butt, throw, butt back, throw. Notice I'm not using my arms to swing the weight up and down. The motion comes from the arms move because I throw so hard in my hips. A lot of power. Drive, explode through my hips, okay? Here, drive, explode, catch, drive, explode. On the way down, the catch, it just comes down, and that starts you again. Throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, okay? You could do that. That's how you do it with a dumbbell. Same thing with a kettlebell. Do that same motion. My hips, butt come back behind me. I throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, 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 throw. Okay, hopefully you started. I didn't give you a cue to start, but I think that's enough. You got 12 swings. So when it gets obviously heavier weight, you're going to feel it more. Lighter weight, you don't feel this much, but you catch and then you snap, throw the hips forward. Those are our 3 exercises. Do you remember what it's called when there's 3 exercises in a row? 3 exercises in a row. Monster set. Or big set. Mega set. I've heard it all sorts of ways. But monster set, you got it. Brownie point, nice work. Been paying attention. Okay, this time, normally we do 3 sets. This one's gonna be 4 sets. So that's our 3 exercises. We've got 4 sets. Reps are 8, 10, 12. 8, 10, 12, 8, 10, 12. Ready? Here we go. We're back to our deadlift. And I'm gonna go kettlebell because it's heavier. Deadlift. So feet outside my kettlebell. Push my hips towards this wall behind me. Chest is leaning over that kettlebell. Then I'm going to bend my knees, grab that kettlebell, drive up to the top, squeeze your butt at the top. So I'm pushing hips, butt back. Open up the knees. You don't want the knees to sag in as you're driving. Glutes aren't doing their job. If the knees are coming in, glutes need to turn on, okay? So we're on our knees. I kind of actively pull them out, but we're keeping the feet flat on the floor. So kind of just line up the knees with the toes, okay? My knees should be in a line with my toe. That's how I do when I stand up. So push hips, butt back behind you. Squeeze, stand up, butt squeezes at the top. Go back down. Squeeze, go back down. Ready? And 8 on. 1, 2, tight core. We've practiced flexing the core for a couple days. Think that really hard. Keeping that core nice and flexed. Because when we have our heavy weight, if we relax that core, especially in deadlift, that's how we could maybe injure our back because our core is not turning on. So we want to stay nice and flat back from the side, flat back, Flex hard through the core. Stand up. Butt back flat. Hard through the core. Stand. 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 Okay? I think that's 8. Probably more than 8. Now we have good morning. Grab some dumbbells. I'm going to do it with a band because I can't. This is like 60 pounds. I can't put 60 pounds with a kettlebell on my back. So I'm going to do it with a band instead, just to give me a little more resistance. But it's the same motion. Standing on it, I'm going to bring the band up to my shoulders. So I've got the band around my back. And I'm going to do good morning. Pushing hips, butt back, snap to the tall position. The top 10 of those. Ready? Push hips, butt back, stretch, drive. Now remember, don't bend your knees on this one. My legs are straight. I hinge, driving my hips up and forward. Hips, butt back, hinge, driving to the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Working our core out. 8. It's a secret core move. 9, 10, and we're done. So it's better. Feeling more resistance with a band. Okay, then we have our dumbbell swings or our kettlebell swings. Definitely gonna do it with a kettlebell. There we go. Okay, so from the front, catch, throw, catch, throw. Don't let your kettlebell go flying to the wall, okay? Throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw. So keep going. 12 from the side though. My feet are a little bit wider than when I deadlift. Throw, catch, throw. Notice my back is nice and flat. Catch, throw, nice, tight through my core so my back doesn't round. Catch, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw, catch, throw. Okay, we have 12 of those. That's how we do a swing. That's 2. We got 2 more. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. I need another drink. Feeling it. Hopefully you are. Okay. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. So in between sets, you want to slow your heart rate down. Breathe through your nose, out through your mouth. We're going to catch our breath, let our heart rate get down, and then start the next set. You don't want to get it, I mean, if you're feeling good, go for it, but you don't want to go to the point where you're breaking up the set. So I don't want to, as much as possible, I don't want to do my first exercise in the set and then take a really long break. So you want to get through all 3 exercises, then take a break if you need it. If you're feeling good though, you can just go. But if you can just keep going, probably weight's too light. When you go heavier weight, that's when you'll start to need that built-in recovery. So after the 3 exercises, that's your recovery. Your 30 seconds, your minute, just so your heart rate can come down. Okay, now we have back to deadlift. So same thing, if you have a dumbbell, grab the top of the dumbbell. If you have a kettlebell, grab the handles. And if you are not getting this on the first day of doing deadlifts, that's okay. Deadlift is really a lot of moving parts, very complicated, complex lift. So keep practicing. Watch yourself in a mirror to see if you can get that flat back. Okay, flat back as we drive. We don't want to be rounded through the low back. We don't want to be here. Everything stays nice and straight as you pushing hips butt back behind you, okay? Here we go, back to deadlift. Remember, reps 8, 10, 12. Start up strong. Feet maybe right outside the hips. You can play around with toes right in front of you and driving back up. I don't love that. I go a little bit wider with just the toes. Play around with it. Okay, I'm at 182 calories burned. What are you guys at? 30 minutes in. Here we go. Deadlift, push hips, butt back behind. Remember, squeeze those shoulders down, drive up, squeeze the butt at the top. Hinge, push hips, butt back behind you. Put the weight on the floor. Stand up, squeeze your butt back. Remember, knees line up with my toes. You kind of have to open up the knees. Don't let the knees sag towards the weight. Don't let them sag towards the midline. The center. Push them out. Drive up. Push them out. Drive up. So stay nice and flat. So I'm feeling this hamstrings, but a little bit quad. And some bonus. Okay, then we've got good mornings. Doing it with a band. Feel free to do it some dumbbells on your shoulders. Whatever you got to make it challenging. But on the band, stand on it. Bring the band behind you. And now this is the one. I don't walk out my legs, but they stay straight the whole time. Don't bend the knees. So I'm pushing hips back behind me. Stretch through my hamstrings. Drive the butt up to the top. So it's kind of like kettlebell swing, where we snap up at the top. So we drive back up, squeeze, snap. Think flexing through those lower abs. You can also think like if you're trying to hold pee in, trying to not let your pee sneak out, squeezing the pelvic floor. That's going to help engage the pelvic floor and your core. You might feel your core turn on when you do that. So we're just trying to give you cues to help your brain figure out how to activate those lower ab muscles. So that's one of them is squeeze like you're trying not to pee and you really got to go pee. So squeeze up at the top, squeeze everything in, hold the pee in, go back. Butt, hips back, stretch, squeeze everything up. Can't say this time. Out of breath. And dumbbell like kettlebell swing. So I'll do it facing you this time. My feet are a little bit wider maybe than my deadlift, so I have enough room for the kettlebell. Need to make sure I don't hit the wall behind me. Probably not swinging that far back, but you know, don't want to end up with a whole wall. Okay, kettlebell swings, ready? Pushing my hips butt back behind me. I'm going to bend a little bit to pick it up in my knees, but once it's up, I just slight bend, throw, catch, throw, catch. Remember, stay braced through the core muscle and squeeze your butt at the top. 4, shoulders down. Don't let your shoulders shove up to your ears. Breathe, throw, breathe, throw. Nice work. Okay, I'm gonna grab another sip of water. If you're not thirsty, just breathe. Slow the heart rate down. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we have one more. One more set. And then the next one is just a set of 3. 4 exercises though. Some core in there. And then we got a little core at the end. If you guys have a preference on time, let me know. I mainly just program and then see how long it takes. So we can obviously shorten them if you're like, nah, hour's too long. Or you can cut out like, okay, I just did the first set, I'm out. The first one is typically the hardest. That's why it's at the beginning, so you have the most energy. Then after that, it's kind of accessory. So let me know what you think. Comment wherever the comment box is. Let me know your thoughts. We can adjust the workouts. Okay, my heart rate's good. Let's go. Back to deadlift. Last set. Here we go. Get your deadlift. Kettlebell. Dumbbell. I'll do it sideways this way so you can see. The feet are a little bit wider than my hips. Pushing my hips back. Remember, bend in your knees. Open up those knees. Line up the knees with the toes. And then stand up, squeeze your butt at the top. So open up the knees. Squeeze your butt. Open. Squeeze. 3, 4. Butt comes back behind you. That's the biggest thing. You don't want to deadlift and come like this to lower the weight. Knees should not be. You should have your heels on the floor. Push the hips. Shift everything. Chest is over that weight. Okay, 5, 6. Check your form. 7, 8. I'm doing a couple more. Feeling the glutes. 12. Okay. That's good. I'm feeling good. My kettlebell used to be so heavy. I'm feeling good, feeling stronger. Hopefully you are too. Been at it for almost a month. January 1st. Hopefully still with me. Okay, we got good mornings. Using the band. So I feel like nothing happens from the front, but snap myself. Okay, band underneath your hips like this. You would come back up behind you, pushing hips butt back, drive. So this hinge dominant today. Our movement is that hinge movement. We're trying to help find that through the back. From the side, it looks like this. Okay, ready? Hips butt back, flat back. Flex the hot core. Flex, drive. Flex. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. 10 of them. And swings. Here we go. Flex hard through the core. Feet wide. Throw, catch, throw, catch. Hold the shoulders down. Squeeze the butt at the top. Nice and flex through the core. Don't let this pull you back out. Hey, here we go. Almost there. 9. Keep throwing. 10. Nice. Okay, hard part's over. Grab a drink. Gets easier on the second ones. There we go. Starting to get sweaty. I love it. Okay. Breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Here's a fun fact. We know coaches always like, hands on your head. It's actually harder to breathe when your hands are on your head. Your airway is more open. When you're on your knees like this, to breathe, you get more oxygen. So, fun fact, if you're a coach or if you got coached, this harder to get oxygen in, this better airway flow. So athletes tend to do this. Your body knows, okay? Okay, we got standing leg extension next. This is a fun one. Mainly just working on balance and quad strength. So we're standing on one leg. You're gonna bring one leg up, trying to get a flat quad. Okay, I don't want it angled, I don't want it angled down. I wanna get that knee as high as I can get it. From here, keeping that knee high, you're just gonna kick out and then bring it back in. I feel like a dancer. Kick out, you're gonna flex through that quad and come back in. Now, if you have super tight hamstrings and you go to kick out and you can't get far, your hamstrings are too tight, you can lower the leg, you'll get a little bit farther, but really just focus on flex super hard at the top and then come back down. So here, kick, hard flex in the core. So this is another mind-muscle connection. I'm trying to kick out, feel that quad flex, and then come back underneath me. On standing leg extension, we're gonna go 10 on each side. Ready? You're here. You're gonna kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're gonna feel that in your hip flexor. 7. You're gonna should feel mainly quad. 8. Might feel your glute on the leg that you're standing on. And we're gonna switch sides. I love it. Okay, standing up from the front, trying to get that quad flat. Kick out. Flex your foot. Pointed is a little bit harder to feel my quad, so it's easier to flex. Come back together. Flex hard, and just do like slight pause. Flex hard, bring it back underneath. Flex hard, you're not holding it. 8, 9, 10. Nice. Hitting those quads again. Then we have a dumbbell farmer carry. So you need your 2 dumbbells. You can go fairly heavy on carries, but we're working our grip muscles. If you don't have stairs in your house, you can just walk around wherever. You can, if you don't have a space, just high knee up and down here, standing in place, carrying, just alternating side to side. I have stairs, so I'm gonna go take my dumbbells, go up and down my stairs 3 times. So it's going down, up, down, up, down, up, done. 3 times. So it's gonna be about 30 seconds to a minute. Go walk around your house. Ready? Set, go. Dumbbell farmer carry. Oh, sorry, dumbbells are just to the side of you. You're just carrying them. Farmer carry is 1 dumbbell in each hand. Ready, go. How long was that? Probably close to 30 seconds. I got time next time. Okay, then we have plank jacks. I don't need anything for this one. We're going to at least you know I did it. Breathing heavy. Okay, plank jacks. Plank position on your forearms, and we're doing a jumping jack. We have 15. So here, you want to stay. You don't want your butt up in the air like this. Stay nice and flat, and then you jump out, jump back in. That's 1. Jump out, jump back in. That would be 2. Okay. Try not to let your butt get so high up in there as you jump wide. The core is going to work more when you stay level through your back. But if you have just started working out, your core is not up to par, you might need to come higher with your butt. Makes it a little easier. You can also, modification, you can do the step out. So you stay low, you just step left side, right side. Left side, right side, okay? So that's how to modify it. You would just do 16 steps, 8 on each side. Here we go. 15 jump outs. 1, 2, 3. Remember, stay flat. Push away from the floor with your elbows. You don't get, I think that's 15. Don't get saggy through the chest. Actively push away from the floor. Then we have a reverse plank, and we're going 30 seconds. Let's see if I can set a alarm. There we go. Timer. We got Fonsa, guys. Maybe. Ooh. There we go. Nope, that's a stopwatch. The struggle. Hang on, I'll figure out my watch. Timer. Okay. Give you a little break, Zito. Here we go. Okay, back plank. Elbows on the floor. You're trying to pull your hips off the ground. You can also go, if you don't feel like that's doing much, or it's hard to get your butt off the ground, you only feel the hamstrings, you can go hips on your hands and then pull the hips up. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings. You should also feel it in your lower back, maybe your front abs, the lower ones. We've got 30 seconds. I lost my timer. Okay, 30 seconds, ready, set, go. So I'm on my elbows, pulling my hips up, my feet are flexed, And I'm going to go 30 seconds. Try to go 30 seconds on a back plank. If it's too much, it is a little bit easier to go up on your hands. But my legs are a little tight, so it's hard to hold my hips up in the down plank position. So we'll just go up. If you're like, oh my gosh, I'm dying, just bend your knees just a little bit, and we're still holding it up, so you're going to feel more hamstrings. Rest. 30 seconds, easy. Okay, then we're back to the top leg extension. Grab a sip of water. Take a 15-second break. So those are our 4 exercises. Woo, feeling my shoulder. Okay, here we go. Standing leg extension. Here, you guys ready? Water bottles down. Get to it. Remember that was 1 time through. We only have 2 more. Here we go. Kick out. Come together. 1, 2. Hard flex. Think to the mind. Muscle connection. Hard flex through the quad. 3, 4, 5, 6. The other thing you can do is put your hand on your quad. It helps your brain feel what it's supposed to be looking for. The proprioception. You can touch something and help your brain feel to turn that muscle on. Oh yeah, feels good. Okay, 10 on the other side. Ready? So you put your hand on your quad. Flex hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, if you're gonna be saggy, that's okay, but really kick hard up with your foot. Hard kick, really flex that quad. Balance, balance, balance. Tricky one. Incorporating the balance. 10 on each side on that one. Okay, then we got farmer carry. I'll time it this time. With my handy dandy stopwatch. Here we go. Okay, get your dumbbells. Farmer carry. Going around the house. I think it's closer to 30 seconds. Up and down the stairs 3 times if you have stairs. Don't drop your dumbbells. Ready, set, go. $30. That's 30 right there. Booyah. Pretty good guesstimate. Okay, and I wasn't 1 step at a time. I was skipping steps. So if you're going 1 step at a time, probably not back yet. Give me a second, get back. Okay. Okay, we got plank jacks. Hopefully everybody's back. You guys ready? 15 plank jacks or 16 alternating step outs. Plank position. Push away from the floor. Don't let your chest get really saggy. Work those back muscles. Actively push. Here we go. Plank, jumps, jacks. 1, 2. Stay flat through your booty if you can. 15. Flip over. Reverse plank. We got 30 seconds. This is where I actually need my timer. Here we go. Set, go. So on your elbows, pulling your hips up. This one is so hard. I don't know if it's because, usually it's not this hard. I don't know if it's because my core is tired or my hamstrings are tired, but I'm definitely feeling something, shaking like a crazy person. I'm gonna go from my hands, hold it up. I mean, it's still hard, but going from your hands, pull the hips up. You're gonna feel that hamstrings, low back. If you do it from your arms, you're gonna feel it in your shoulders. Rest. 30 seconds. Okay, that was our second set through. We got 1 more set through. Where are we at, guys? 50 minutes so far. 49 minutes. This is a longer workout. I have to chop it short. Okay. You like the cardio? It's a sneaky cardio. Breathing heavy. Okay, we got standing leg extensions one more time. Here we go. Hand on your quad. Squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kick hard. 8. Think mind muscle. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that quad. I'll follow over. 10. Good. Switch sides. Here, hand on the quad. Squeeze out. 1, 2. Staying tall. Try not to be leaned over or forward, backwards. Stay nice and tall. Kick. 5. As I say that, 6. Squeeze, 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 squeeze from that quad. Push hard. Kick as hard out as you can. 8, 9, 10. Nice. Good dumbbell farmer carry. Got 30 seconds. 30 seconds, walk around. Remember, farmer carry, 1 dumbbell in each hand or kettlebell, whatever you have. Weight, something, kid. Hold 1 kid on one side, 1 kid on the other, like a jungle gym. You can just stand there with the kids. Here we go. 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. Woo! Feel my legs on that one. Okay. I'll give you a second if you're not back yet. Plank jacks. Up next. Here we go. Breathe. I'm gonna go back to bed. Or if you're doing this in the evening, you get to look forward to going to bed. It's great. Okay, here we go. Plank jacks. 15. Remember, push away from the floor. Nice flat back, as flat as you can get it. Jump out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you get tired, just step out. Flip over. 30 seconds. Back plank. And then we just have a little core and we're done. Here we go. Ready, set, go. Pull the hips up on your elbows. If you're like, oh my gosh, this is all hamstrings, I don't feel this on my core at all, go to your hands. See if you feel more core that way. But play around with it. What do you think? Back plank. I feel it in my back. A little bit hamstrings and my front lower abs. Probably just because they're tired. Now they have to pull up. They gotta work. And rest. 30 seconds. Okay, we're at the end of our set. Get some H2O. Enjoy it. Core left. So this is where we have our rollout. So grab a drink, I'm gonna keep talking. This is where you use your roller. You're gonna go from your knees. Okay, going from the knees, you're gonna do 10 rollouts. So roll out, I don't wanna just move my arms forward and backwards. The goal is to go from the hips, moving the hips. So I'm extending, I'm rolling out while my hips come forward till I'm flat, and then I'm trying to pull my butt back. So movement comes from your glutes, your butt. Your arms are just holding the wheel, okay? So over here, I'm gonna roll out, my hips are coming forward, I'm trying to get flat, and then I'm gonna squeeze my core coming back together. So movement comes from my hips and butt. So I'm pushing my hips is what gets my arms to go forward. If you can, you're going all the way out and then squeeze, pull back all the way up. But if you're like, man, I'm gonna pull this out. This is the first time I've done these, this is really hard. Then just go out until you start to feel your back rounding. As soon as my back is like this, ow, that's gonna hurt, okay? So stay nice and flat. If I'm like, oh, I start to feel my back rounding, then squeeze back into a smaller movement. So I'm here, little movement, pull back from your abs. Now, if you don't have a roller wheel, you're gonna use your hand, you're just gonna walk out. So I'm just walking, 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 and then walk back in. You're gonna feel a little bit more arms, but you're also getting your core. So walking, hips, still same thing, hips move. I'm walking out as far as I can with my hands and then squeeze. Hands come back, use my hands, okay? And we have 10 of those. Here we go. One, squeeze those abs flat. Squeeze into roll. Squeeze. Right, you could do this with a barbell as well. If you put 5 pounds on each side, or 2.5s, or 10s, whatever small weights you gotta throw them on each side. Hold the barbell. Same exact thing. You're just going out and back with a barbell. Okay. 4, 5. These are brutal, I know. 6, 7, 8. 2 more. Brace hard, brace in the core. 10. Whew. Good. Now we're gonna do side plank hip dips. So we're side plank on your elbow, legs straight, and we're gonna drop my hips to the floor, and I'm gonna pull up, drop the hips, pull up. So you're gonna feel that in your bottom abs, squeezing those hips back up to the top, and we're gonna go 30 seconds each side. I'm gonna time you. 30 seconds. Here we go. Ready to go. Watch started. So hip squeeze. This works our oblique muscle. So the muscle that we have, rectus abdominis, is our abs are in the front. Oblique muscles is the abs on the side. So super good side core exercise because they're hard to work or to isolate to really get oblique work. Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Rest. That's 30 seconds. And then flip over, doing that same thing on the other side. This is a really good. If that's way too much, you're like, oh my gosh, I can barely do one. Bend your knees and then do that same thing. It's just a little bit easier when you're not completely straight. So that's modified. Here we go. 30 seconds set. There you go. Pull. Dip. Pull. 6. I'm slipping. I'm sweating. On my mat. Keep going. Squeeze. Pull up. Dip. Pull. Balance. Pull. Dip. Squeeze. Hit the oblique side ab muscles core. Pull up. 3, 2, 1. Brutal, I know. Rest. Oh my goodness. Okay. And we just have 2. That was 1. We got 1 more, and we'll call it. Are you ready? Back to rollers. Barbell. If you have a wheel. If you don't, I'll show you with the yoga ball real quick too. You can do that same thing with the yoga ball. Hands kind of face each other on the yoga ball, and you're just gonna roll out, squeeze, roll back in. So here, roll out, squeeze, roll back in. So you're just rolling down your forearm with the yoga ball and out. So that's how you do it with the yoga ball. Hopefully you own one of those things. If you don't own anything, then you're just walking, hands, walk, 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 core, legs. It's just a little bit more arm dominant with your arms. But you're gonna use your core as well. Okay, last set. And then we're done. So close. Ready? 10 of these rollouts. 1, 2. This one is brutal. So if you're feeling weak, that's okay. 3. The wheels are so hard. 4. You're also going to feel it in your arms and your shoulders. If you're feeling it there more than your core, it just means your shoulders are weaker than your core. Okay. 5. 6. Brace, brace, brace. Remember, as soon as you start to feel your back like this, don't go past that point. Flat. We don't want to be arses. We're going. Our obliques are too sore or too tired. They're not doing their job. So don't go as far out. Just go like, oh, I start to feel my hips around, my back around, pull back in. Just do little small movements out and in, okay? I'm gonna do 2 more last count. Okay, last one. Obliques. Here we go. Ready? $30 and go. Hip, dips, dip, pull, dip, pull. So push away from the floor through the shoulder. Dip, squeeze. Feel those obliques. Remember that the abs, obliques, closest to the floor is where you should be feeling that the most. Here we go. We're almost there. Hit the core. Last but not least. Oh, I'm getting sweaty. Pull. You got it. Keep going. And rest. 30 seconds. Same thing on the other side. Remember, bend your knees. If it's too much, dip, pull with the knees. Okay, ready? Set. Go. Dip, pull. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Keep going. 12. Squeeze. You're almost there. Last one. Pull. Rest. Nice. Okay. Feet wide. Go hands on the inside and just twist. So I'm standing tall, squat position. So dip and a twist. And then stand up, go ankle on your knee, sit, butt back into it. You're gonna feel that through your hip, through your glute. You can also grab your foot and pull towards your chest. Works the same muscle. So either ankle on your ankle and sit down into it, or stand up nice and tall. This is honestly whatever stretch you're feeling like you need. So find if you know some stretches. If you don't, just follow me. But if you feel like, oh my gosh, my hamstrings are on fire, which we did a lot of stretching for them, so hopefully not. But any specific stretches you need, now would be your time. I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, I'm going to show you one. If your foot gets tired, you take a dumbbell and you can roll the arch of your foot out on a dumbbell. Just helps keep all the crunchy away. It's like rolling out a muscle. But something you can try if your foot ever getting a cramp in your foot or it feels tight, roll out the bottom of your foot on your dumbbell. Everything for me is feeling pretty good. Biceps, quads. Now I might need some stretching later in the day after you go sit, office job, and you're not getting a lot of movement. You start to get sore, so you can stand up and stretch. If you're at work, if you're moving around all day, probably not gonna get super stiff sore till tomorrow. Okay, you did it. Nice work. It's a little long, an hour, 3 minutes. We'll shorten it for tomorrow. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.